tonight. Growing fears for COVID's youngest victim.
We're talking about how horrible and how much of a risk it is to children.
This virus is capable of killing children. It has already killed hundreds of children.
Really?
It's getting our kids.
The more cases you have, the more deaths among children.
Tragic deaths.
Coming for our children.
Kids are getting infected. Kids are getting infected. They're still getting infected.
Literally hundreds of children were infected. Kids are in danger.
They are vehicles of spread.
Children spread the virus.
It may be that children who get infected have long-term consequences.
We don't believe you. We don't believe you.
Parents of children of all ages should assume that even the smallest symptom could be COVID.
Young children are being affected.
This virus takes its toll on our children.
This is killing children.
Man, there you go with that bullshit.
Children have died.
Children have died. Children could die every day.
It's killing children.
This is bullshit.
COVID-19 is disproportionately killing children of color.
What? You can't be serious. You cannot be serious.
Children die of COVID.
This is killing kids right now.
It's taken children's lives.
Really hitting at children.
Death, morbidity.
It is picking off young people like we've never seen.
Erroneous! Erroneous! Erroneous on both counts.
Deaths from COVID are incredibly rare among children. A death rate of 0.0000.
I told you so.
It doesn't matter how low the risk.
We are in crisis.
What are they doing?
The distance between what is said,
Shut it down,
and what is known to be true has become an abyss.
Can you say that again? Just the way you said it.
The distance between what is said,
shut it down,
and what is known to be true has become an abyss. Of all the things at risk, the loss of an objective reality is perhaps the most dangerous.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
The death of truth is the ultimate victory of evil.
Correct. Thank you.
Risk to children.
The danger for children and the need for them to be vaccinated.
Away from me! The only chance these children have is masking and a vaccine.
Millions of parents across the United States desperate to get their children under 12 vaccinated.
Unvaccinated kids are at risk.
Children are at high risk.
The unvaccinated are putting kids at risk.
The unvaccinated are a risk to young children. I need to be now careful for my children because of all the unvaccinated people around us.
If you are not vaccinated, do not go around children.
America shouldn't be sending unvaccinated kids to school.
Growing concern about unvaccinated children.
It's like we're playing with the lives of children by not isolating ourselves until things are under control.
Don't come out and infect my great-grandkid.
Your test results came back positive. You're a stage 5 dumbass.
You lied about your vaccine status and you sneeze on my grandchildren? That could be a crime.
Are you retarded?
I'm more worried for children than I've ever been.
Bitch, please.
Growing crisis for children. The number of kids infected with coronavirus is reaching alarming levels.
Alarming numbers.
The alarming surge in the number of children infected with COVID.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
It's crucial for students 12 and up to get vaccinated.
We need these vaccines pretty urgently.
It really is a very urgent situation.
We need to raise the level of urgency.
The sense of urgency.
A, that is bullshit. And B, she is a complete bitch.
Since we've been vaccinated, how dangerous is it to be near our grandchildren?
Parents grow increasingly concerned.
Deeply concerning.
Leaving many parents concerned.
Parents concerned. They're still
The
concerned.
reports are deeply concerning.
Kids are starting college in 3 weeks and they're not going to be alive.
I feel like I'm sending my son into a situation where it will be hard to protect himself.
Students who did not get vaccinated were disenrolled.
Asymptomatic students who test positive are ordered to a room where they spend 10 days in confinement.
Food is dropped off once a day at the door. Doesn't that sound extreme to you?
Our updated guidance actually says you can leave isolation after 5 days if you can wear your mask all the time, including being able to eat meals alone so that you are not infecting others while you eat.
You lying ass bitch.
From your data, ages 15 to 24, the risk of death is at 0.001%.
Yeah, here's what I'll tell you. I'll tell you that
children need to be protected. That's why we all need to get vaccinated, to protect them.
If we really care about protecting our children, then vaccinate.
Protect the kids. Do it for the child.
The way to protect them is for all the rest of us to get our vaccines.
Think of their children.
And these are children.
If we want to protect kids, the number one thing to do is to vaccinate everybody around them.
So if you want to protect your grandchildren, vaccination again is the answer.
And so what my responsibility is to provide guidance and recommendations to protect the American people. Those recommendations strongly recommend vaccination for our children above the age of 5.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
We are in crisis.
What are they doing?
The distance between what is said
Shut it down.
and what is known to be true has become an abyss.
This brilliant speech from the equally brilliant Star Wars series Andor perfectly represents where we were during COVID. The gap between what is said, what we heard on the mainstream media, and what we knew to be true became an abyss.
Of all the things at risk, the loss of an objective reality is perhaps the most dangerous.
The death of truth is the ultimate victory of evil.
You're goddamn right.
And 5 years on from the height of the pandemic, the truth has now emerged that the pandemic was exactly what people like myself were saying in April of 2020. It was an obvious problem, reaction, solution, an obvious false flag where the virus was created in the Wuhan lab as a particularly virulent way to infect the entire human race. The PCR test, which its inventor said could not be used to test for COVID, was used to test for COVID and gave billions of false positives.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Which gave the pretext for the lockdowns and the masks. And the lockdowns and the masks, the destruction of people's businesses, the loss of jobs, the depression, the suicidal ideation, the alcoholism, the drug addiction, the child abuse, the spousal abuse. The nightmare of lockdowns was the pretext for the vaccines. The reaction to the lockdowns was, we'll do anything not to be locked down anymore. And the solution was the thing they wanted to bring in the first place.
Of course!
As Dr. Rainer Fulmich said, the vaccine was not brought in for COVID. COVID was brought in for the vaccine. Problem, reaction, solution. Create the problem of this massive pandemic of a virus you engineered and patented to get the reaction of lockdowns are a nightmare. I've lost my job, my business has crashed, my mother died and I couldn't even go to see her or bury her, my children aren't getting schooling, I'm depressed, no fresh air, no sunshine, my spouse is beating me, I want to kill myself. That was the reaction. And then the solution was, we'll let you out, we'll let you travel, we'll let you go back to work if you take the vaccine.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
And what was the vaccine? Well, in May 2020, when Operation Warp Speed was announced, I went onto Facebook and I said, here it is, the Depop shot, because I knew it was problem, reaction, solution, because that's how power operates. Once you understand the banking system, the Federal Reserve, how the money system operates, how 9/11 operated. It's all false flags. That's all they ever fucking do. Create a problem to get a reaction so that they can do the unpopular thing that they could never do unless they got the reaction. And I said in May 2020, the vaccine is the Depop shot. And I've got a couple of other videos that you can check out which give you all the evidence that shows that the mRNA gene therapies, which is what they are, have caused untold turbo cancers, untold sterilization of women, untold myocarditis, untold strokes and brain injuries. They have maimed, injured, disabled, and killed millions of people. And as those of us who actually know how the world works knew, this is part of the ruling elite's depopulation agenda. They have a hard-on for depopulation. Most of the ruling elites used to be eugenicists, and they just kind of hid that fact. Bill Gates' dad was the head of the Eugenicist Society of America, and he's the biggest eugenicist there is. And he's on record. They want to reduce the population. And COVID, the whole of COVID, was stage 1 of that plan. I've got a video about stage 2. Thank you very much, God. I've got a video about stage 2 of the plan if you want to check that out. But people, wake up. It's all obvious. Just believe your eyes and believe your ears and use your common sense and a little bit of critical thinking. Set aside your desperate belief that the richest, most powerful people in the world, the people in charge, you deeply need them to be not even benevolent, but just not evil. Because if you live in a world where the richest, most powerful people are evil, then we're all fucked. But that's the truth. You do live in a world where the richest, most powerful people are evil. And living in denial of that fact just allows them to do their shit. You know the saying, all it takes for evil to flourish is for good men to do nothing? In the modern world, it should actually be, all it takes for evil to flourish is for normies to call the people who are fighting evil conspiracy theorists.
That's right, I said it!
As they did in COVID. All of us who are warning everyone, this is problem, reaction, solution, it's all bullshit. Masks don't work, lockdowns are unnecessary, you never quarantine healthy people. This is all to get the vaccine, and the vaccine is the Depop shot. All of us that were saying that were called conspiracy theorists, and look what happened. So, for the love of God, if you are one of those people that believed all this bullshit because you haven't done any independent research, you just believed what the government and the media told you, now is the time to wake up. Now is the time to stop being an NPC, to stop being programmed and brainwashed and psyoped by the mainstream media. Now is the time to listen to the people who were right about 9/11 and who were right about COVID, because we're going to be right about the next thing they pull off, which might be the alien, the alien invasion. That we've been predicting that one for ages, and I don't think anything will work other than aliens now. They've used up most of the credulity of even the most brainwashed NPCs with the war in Iran and Trump using it as insider trading to make money. Even the most rabid MAGA can see through the game now, can see it's all problem, reaction, solution. That's all they ever do. Divide and conquer and problem, reaction, solution. Those are the two methodologies used by the ruling elites to get their way. They divide us into all different political, ideological groups, so we're fighting each other so that we ignore the people on the top of the pyramid who are running things, and they create problems in order to get a reaction which allows them to do the thing they wanted to do by offering it as a solution. So start listening to people like myself. There's lots of people like me who understand how the world works and understand how the ruling elites operate. Start listening to us and stop listening to the mainstream media and stop listening to the shills on social media. See who was right about 9/11. See who was right about COVID in 2020 before it was popular to be right about it. Who was right in May, in April and May and June. those are the people to listen to, because those are the people who understand how power works, because that's all you have to understand. All you have to understand is how power works and has always worked. And power has always worked in the same way. Read The Prince, Machiavelli. It works through deception and fear and divide and conquer.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
And so everything that happens in the world that comes from the top is based on deception, fear, and divide and conquer. The main deception being problem, reaction, solution, all the fear-mongering that the media does, and then divide and conquer by politics, religion, and various ideologies like Marxism and atheism and what have you. They're all bullshit. It's all bullshit. That's basically the best way to understand it. If you just assume that anything you hear from the mainstream, whether it's from the government or the educational institutions or the scientific institutions or the health institutions or anywhere in the media, just assume it's bullshit and you'll be right 99% of the time.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No.